The tape. Let's go. The tape. We do a little bit different around here.
We ain't gonna play. We ain't gonna play. Shut up and grind the tape.
The tape. Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play. We ain't gonna play. Them dogs in your face.
Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play. We ain't gonna play. Shut up and grind the tape.
The tape. Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play. We ain't gonna play. Them dogs in your face. Shut up and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The tape. The tape. Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Shut up and grind. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The tape. The tape.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro.
The tape.
UGA game day, boy, we ball out. Pull up, put the whole conference in the doghouse. Leave them 6 feet, see me on the win streak. All-star status, go coach, and the bench deep. Right. Offense on 10, how we run it? Your best ain't nothing, we gon' send them boys punting. Yep. Black and red, got them dead on arrival. Defense hunkered down for the tie. Hey, you don't want it with the dogs. Film guy on it, you don't want it with my dog. Break it down, play by play, that's the day-to-day. They know we ain't come to play, boy, it's UGA. Kirby Smart, I cannot play the fool. Back to back, we did not come to lose. Back to back, like we got something to prove. Pay your dues, dog nation on the move. What's up?
We do a little bit different around here.
We ain't gonna play, we ain't gonna play. Shut up and grind the tape.
The tape. The tape.
We ain't gonna play, we ain't gonna play. Them dogs in your face.
Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play, we ain't gonna play. Shut up and grind the tape.
Shut up. Let's grind.
We ain't gonna play, we ain't gonna play. Them dogs in your face. Shut up and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The tape. The
Shut
tape.
up and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Shut up and grind. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The tape.
Shut up and grind. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro.
Shut up. The tape.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What's up? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Wednesday evening here in the studio. I always find myself having to look at the laptop screen to actually see what time it is because we've been cranking out content at such a high rate that sometimes I forget what day it is. Hell, sometimes I forget what time it is. But it is time to have a loaded show for you guys tonight, as always. I want to start by saying this. Holy smokes, boys. We have gained 10,000 subscribers in the last 3 days.
Damn. Is that our biggest jump ever?
It has to
in
be.
that span, at least.
It has to be. Now, I know why. We've been grinding our butt off, right? But hey, it's right here on the wall somewhere. It says the growth is not linear. The work is. You never know when the spurt's going to come. You never know when that spike in the chart for you is going to happen. But hey, let's keep that spark going and that chart going upwards tonight, okay? If it's your first time watching us live tonight, which the chances are high, we got some folks like that tonight. We are live here on this network Monday through Thursday, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, talking all things college football from 8 to 9. We turn into a local hour only from 9 to 10 here on the network. And of course, one of our most popular shows, Sunday at noon. All right, we give you our reactions from the college football week. We got a great one for you. So lock in and go ahead and hit that thumbs up button here on the front end. No, I did not. I'll put it in the drop box the moment one of you two start talking. That's on me. For you new folks, never seen Diddy counter tonight. You are in for a treat. We got our first season's Diddy counter coming for you guys tonight. Oh, that sounds a little, you know what? Hey, but we also had a film study today. We got notes on those 2 film studies today. It's Wednesday, which around here means What If Wednesday's coming to you guys. We got Guess the Lines, going to hand out our best bets of the week as well. A few predictions that we missed last night that we need to circle back on tonight on the show. But I want to start here. Boys, it is getting relatively hot in Tuscaloosa right about now. The pressure is certainly rising. I don't know if y'all saw this article today. You're ball knowers and you read, so I'm sure you did. Mm-hmm. Did you see the Chris Lowe and Andy Staples article today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one where they're talking about the way the buyout is structured.
All of it. They got quotes from boosters. They got quotes in there about all kinds of different former players, different things like that. They did a great job digging in deep on just how much the pressure is rising out there in Tuscaloosa. And this one particular quote stood out to me because it's no longer just fans on Twitter or fans on social media complaining. It has risen to the level it rises to when things start happening and bad things start happening, which is the high level booster in. And again, I'm reading from Chris Lowe and Andy Staples' joint article today on On3, quote, "As one longtime Alabama donor, and not just any donor, but the kind who has their portrait hanging in Donor Hall of Recognition at Bryant-Denny Stadium, told On3, quote, "We're spoiled, always have been, but when we put a team out there that looks uninspired like we have far too many times the past 2 years and lose to teams that clearly we're more talented than, that's when it becomes a problem, and it's not just a bunch of spoiled fans griping." These are non-negotiables for me. All right, they're non-negotiables for football. I think too much of this narrative on social media for me lately has turned into that's not the way Saban would do it. Saban would kick that guy off the team. Saban this, Saban that. We got to get back to the Saban standard, this, that, that. Hey, there are non-negotiables with regards to winning football. Effort, preparedness, physicality. Those are non-negotiables. That's winning coaching, period. He had to be like that at Washington to win football games. And I don't care if you want to be West Coast bias guy, got to come over here, period, point blank. They don't check the boxes in the non-negotiables. And we don't even have to talk about Saban and stuff like that. So yes, boosters 100% have the right to be pissed off, because every time I turn the tape on in these critical losses, they don't check the boxes in the non-negotiables ever in these. That's how you lose these football games, by the way. That's how you go to Norman and lay an egg. That's how you go to Nashville and lay an egg. That's how you go season opener and lay an egg. And you know what else I'm sick and tired of? I'm sick and tired of hearing about players' meetings. Okay, we talked about this the other night. You know what I want to hear about coming out of Alabama? I want to hear about player-led workouts that we got extra running in on Sunday because we saw the slop we put on film. Guys, I was at a summer camp a couple years ago, and Marlon Humphrey's back in the city of Atlanta giving back, right? He's at a camp, and we're talking about recruiting and all this good stuff. And he recalls a story about going on a recruiting visit. Totally illegal what I'm about to talk about. Totally illegal, but statute of limitations. He's on a recruiting visit on his OV, wakes up Sunday morning to a veteran that took him on his visit that weekend, knocking on his door, saying, "Get your butt up, we got to go run." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And he says, "Hey, if you want to play here, we run on Sundays. That's what we do." Went and ran 16 110s, puked his guts out. Firm to his commitment. Firm to his commitment. This is where I want to be, because these people are pursuing excellence. That's what they're doing. They're checking non-negotiables. It ain't got nothing to do with Nick Saban and everything to do with winning football culture. They don't check boxes. Welcome to the show.
I was going to say, it's hard to put it better than what you just said there. And the interesting part about it is that everyone wants to be like, oh my gosh, when Nick Saban was here, things were so different. And yes, Nick Saban did all of these things to the absolute extreme. That's what made him great. But it's not like Kaylin Debor. It's just, less intense, less discipline, less hardly coached, all of those things. It's almost like it's non-existent. The discipline is not there. The coaching is not there. We talk about the player-led meetings. That to me does not scream Kaylin Debor saying, okay, there's an issue that we need to fix. If you talk about that, I would rather hear Kaylin Debor coming out and saying, yeah, I had a really big come to Jesus moment and say, I have things I need to fix. You guys have things you need to fix. Let's work on this together. When you say, oh, we had player-led meetings, it basically tells me that you're saying, okay, you know what? These guys are going to handle it. It's their job. They're the culture fixers here. We got to rely on them. And I get the idea behind that, but you can't have it in college athletics.
I think the weirdest thing to me about all of this is what made Kaylin Debor such a great head coach before he got to Alabama was that he was able to win games with less. He didn't have the most talented roster on the football field. He wasn't recruiting a top 10 class, heck, a top 5 class at Washington or Fresno State or anywhere like that. And so it kind of felt like, oh, well, now he's got some of the most talented players in the country. He's in the SEC. He's in prime recruiting lane. Like, this is only going to get better for him. And that hasn't been even an aspect of this. Like, this team isn't even out executing. They're not out scheming anybody. It's kind of been the opposite of that, the antithesis of that in those losses for them, the games that they've lost. Because I've seen people throw around the fact of like, oh, well, it's okay because Kaylin Debor has been great against ranked teams. We'll say, well, the ranked teams isn't the problem. You can go and beat Georgia this year, but it's the fact that you could lose to Vanderbilt again, or you could lose to an unranked team again later this year.
So, and look, I don't know how his day-to-day operations at Washington were, but I kind of know what a day-to-day CEO of a football organization and corporation like Alabama or an SEC program looks like. And you spend far less time coaching football and far more time talking about football, promoting football, being the CEO and the face of the organization. And I believe Nate Oates talked a lot about this, that he had to do a lot of this because Nick Saban got to punt on all of it. Nick Saban didn't have to go meet with presidents. Nick Saban didn't have to go meet with all the boosters. They just sent Nate Oates out there. Well, I would imagine Kaylin Debor coming from Washington, where I would imagine the football coach wasn't necessarily the face of everything that the Washington Huskies did. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Again, I don't know. But I guarantee you he's doing a lot more now as the Alabama head football coach. And it appears to me like they do seem a little bit overwhelmed because I'm with you. When I watched Washington play football, I felt like they were a very buttoned up football team. And we can go find this. I don't know how quickly you can get penalty stats. Go find their penalty stats at Washington. Just basic stuff. Like, are we jumping off sides? Are we constantly, doing stupid, what? Are we having pre-snap penalties? Are we doing goofy stuff? Are we always undisciplined? I don't remember that about Washington. It seems to me like this is a guy who, like, again, I don't mean to lean into the stereotype because I do think there is a good football coach here and maybe a potential chance that they turn this back around. What do you got for me?
They were 127th in the country in 2023.
This is what they do.
Yeah.
They were just winning with good players at Washington, had a great quarterback and wide receiver play.
Sounds like it.
We just are an undisciplined football team.
And I mean, let's address the elephant in the room. You were playing in the Pac-12.
Yeah,
and I hate to do that and be conference elitist.
I know, but
that's a whole different schedule than what you've had the last 8 months.
That's fair.
FYI, they were 100th in 2022, so it's a repeatable thing.
It is a him thing. This is what they do then.
That's a problem. This isn't like a one-off, like, hey, Kaylin Debor can do, so you just got to fix it.
They don't coach this.
Historically, you've shown that you don't do
They just don't coach this.
They were 123rd last year. This is a Kaylin Debor thing.
Speaking of a Kaylin Debor thing, he was asked about this report from Chris Lowe today, and I feel like we're really harping on this guy, and he's getting it hard from He's getting it from a lot of angles right now, and he's getting a lot of crap at his doorstep, but we're going to add on here because I really didn't like this. Even if this was subconscious, I do not like the mental hurdles and the expectation curving that he did in this quote right here. Play this for the audience. By the way, he's getting asked about this Chris Lowe report.
On3 reported this morning that there's growing concern among boosters about the direction of the program. Just what level of conversation have you had with them, and what would be your message to reassure them?
Yeah, I mean, my message is that our team I think we got a really good football. I think we got a good football team that can do some big things still this year. We got to prove it. We got to go do it. And to this point, it's been just me being able to focus on football, and I appreciate that.
Again, even if it's subconscious, boys, I do not like the going back and correcting yourself and removing the word really from that statement right there. I'm telling my booster base that I've got a really good football. I've got a good football team. You see what I'm saying? The curving of expectations right there is not what, like, elite minded, like we're everything's buttoned up, we're good, I got the right mindset type of coaching. That I don't think that's the right verbiage right there. I don't even get, I have to get bothered or bogged down in the stumbling of words there. It's not a great soundbite, period. I don't like the going back and curving expectations. I sent that to you guys today just to make sure I wasn't crazy. Did you think that was as bad sounding as I did?
It's certainly not good sounding. But I mean, the thing that honestly alarms me even more than that is is, I can understand that, hey, I'm not trying to say we have a great football team right now because we just lost to FSU. The thing that worries me more is that he is solely focusing on football right now, is what he says. Football is not necessarily the main issue. I know it's the holistic thing that you do as a team, the sport of football. Discipline, character issues, being coached are the issues that you have right now, not just football. And he's talked in all these vague phrases of, we have to get back to the standard. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have to focus on playing football. The reality of it is, if you focused on being disciplined, being harder coached, and all the other things that Alabama consistently dominated you in the margins at for 17 years, they would be a better football team. So the idea that it's all about football and there's some schematic thing that's going wrong, I think that's his biggest issue right now. On top of trying to say that, oh yeah, we have a good football team.
I want to push back a tad bit because defensively, I think there is a schematical issue.
That's fair too.
I mean, I closed with I think they're going to be a great deep run defense. I closed that film study with, but if you're repetitive in your scheme, you are attackable in your scheme. And every coordinator that gets in a tight ball game with him for 4 quarters, they box him in the 4th quarter. They do. Go back. They won that South Carolina game, but go back and watch it. They get gutted on a 4th and 6 call because they've been sitting in the same shell coverage, the same type of coverage for 4 quarters. Because every time I study Kane, and look, I'm not going to sit here and act like I study every single snap of every single football team because it's impossible. Lord knows I don't get enough sleep now. But every time I study Kane, it's very clear to me that's what y'all playing today. Whatever it is that you spent that week developing your game plan, that's what you got. And that's all you're playing today. You might have a spin. You might fire a corner. You might do some run stunt. You might do something funky. But in your back end, in your shell, you're doing the same thing for 4 quarters. And even if I got an option quarterback, I'm still going to gut you with 65 down your face because you've been sitting in cover 3 for 3.5 quarters.
I think it's also worth noting that Kane Womack is not this veteran defensive coordinator at the college level. Like, he's had some experience. He had a couple of years at South Alabama, then he had a couple years at Indiana, and then he had 3 at South Alabama as the head coach. But I mean, he doesn't have like a lengthy amount of experience being the defensive coordinator at the college level.
I don't know if you've been noticing, we're on a streak. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, there's not a whole lot of experience for Kane Womack being a defensive coordinator at the college level. Like, it's pretty much 5 total years.
I mean, it certainly points toward the fact that, and I hate doing this, but it's looking like Kane Womack will probably not be with Alabama come the end of this season.
He's first to go.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do the classic, throw them under the bus to save yourself. I mean, obviously things could get better for Alabama, but we aren't expecting it.
Hey, yo, chat's going crazy. Chat's going crazy. All right, I think we gave 15 minutes of doom and gloom there. Where is the positive? Can you find one?
Yeah, you're still
Mike Norvell. You just got beat by the other end of this. Don't give up hope. 2-10 can still smack your face in the next year.
I think you can even go as far as thing? I think you can even go as far as to say you're still one of the most talented teams in college football. You've shown under this coach that you can absolutely bludgeon really, really quality teams. Georgia last year, LSU last year.
Milroe.
Again, but still, I shouldn't
have cut down the positives. My bad.
But the defense looks great. And the defense is a majority of returning stars. My thing is that
one of them's on one leg, but
I get it. There's a lot of bad to unpack here, but to say the good here is that you have the high ceiling. It's not like Kaylin Debor came in and immediately lowered your ceiling. It's still very high.
You know what really scares me? Honest to God. What really scares me is that there wasn't a single defensive analyst in the box that said, hey, Zero doesn't look like himself today. We should get him off the field. Hey, 18's loafed for the last 3 possessions. Guys, I found that Bray Hubbard loaf in 3 watches of 1 play on a TV copy. There are analysts in the box whose sole job in between possessions, when your position group is off the field, there are analysts in the box with an iPad watching every single play. How did nobody? We've given it enough. Hey, don't sleep on analysts. You know what I mean? Analysts are important. You have really, really good analysts. You have great supporters of your network as well. Don't be sleeping on our friends over at Sleeper, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give a quick shout out to the homies over there at Sleeper, the number one place for daily fantasy and prop plays. Sleeper Picks is real money product that connects friends over picks. Choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more than or less than the predicted stats on Sleeper. You can get up to 100x payouts, share with your friends, and get rewards together. Here's the key. Lock in right now. Listen to me. Use promo code Brooks today on Sleeper and get a 100% deposit match on up to $100. Again, that's promo code Brooks over at sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Terms and conditions apply. We appreciate the friends over there at Sleeper. We got some great picks going out. We're going to give a load of segment. We're going to give an entire segment of picks tomorrow for our friends over at Sleeper on a good Thursday. Send you out with some good opportunity for some long cash out payment days.
Yes.
We love to see that. Love to see that. Love to see support in the chat as well. You guys continue to fire off. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. I see a lot more people watching than a lot more people liking. Let's get that ratio a little bit better. You know what I mean? A little 1-to-1. That's what we're shooting for. We'd like to get it today. Shout out to the friends over at Sleeper. Boys, I had some film studies today.
Ooh, who'd you study?
I studied 2 really, really good quarterbacks they're going to be facing off today. One Sir John Mateer and Bryce Underwood.
Ooh.
Yeah, did you watch either?
I did not.
Nah, it's okay. Jonathan was here in the studio. Before I give my film notes, do you want to give yours?
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm taking it over. Hey, let's start with John Mateer. Okay. And I want to talk to Oklahoma fans first and foremost. Okay. I want to talk to Oklahoma fans first and foremost. It's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. Hey, we love to be coached around here. We love to be coached hard around here. That's the whole purpose of this place, okay? To be able to get coached hard. That's what we do when we get up on that board. We coach football players hard, all right? We got a high level of expectation. And what is the expectation? The expectation is winning football. That's what the expectation is, right? So if you ever hear me up on the board talk about that's not winning football or that's not good enough, it ain't personal. All it is coaching, all right? And it's the same thing they're doing in them rooms on them boards as well, all right, what I do appreciate, and we think about this, but what we love about this platform growing is that, yes, your left tackle and your right tackle, your starting tackles were out in that football game. Yes, number 12 is a converted linebacker and now playing tight end. But here's the deal, okay? The right tackle and the left tackle that were in that football game against Southern Illinois, Illinois State.
Illinois State.
All right, you learned that about me as well. All right, the guys that were on the field are one snap away. And if they're not playing winning football, they need to be coached. That's what this platform is about. It's never personal up there on that board. But I do appreciate your hard coaching in correcting us today. So thank you for that. All right, let's get into the show note, or the actual film notes. Guys, I pointed it out in that summer film study we did on John Mateer. My man, the lower body stuff, I think it's a problem. Now, he is uber talented and he gets away with a lot of stuff, but we aren't playing the position fundamentally. We aren't playing the position disciplined, and that to me shows up on tape every once in a while. We definitely tend to lose the ball to the right and with the nose down. Why? Because we're floating left the entire time. Every time we throw, we broke it down heavily with Avery Johnson. This guy's just a little bit too loose every single time. Because that's the way he plays. He just plays the game loose. He plays the game fun. He plays the game flashy. And that's all great, fine and dandy, but you're going to have to live with the consequences because at this point, I think we're 20 starts in. Got to be close to it. Maybe 15 starts in. Worst case, I think we are who we are at this point. I don't think he wants to play the position too disciplined, and maybe I don't want him playing that position too disciplined. The other thing Oklahoma fans probably noticed, the counter game in the wide zone game was real sloppy. Okay, the combinations in wide zone were real sloppy. The reading of counter was really sloppy. I don't think we have Epic Pin ready today, but here's the deal on counter. It's real simple. There's a pull and kicker, and there's a pull and wrapper. But the other defense is moving. The other guys are moving. So if the pull and kick becomes a pull and wrap, then the pull and the wrapper needs to go around with him, right? The tight end needs to go around with him. That miscommunication, that I can't tell what the guy in front of me is doing, you could see that obviously from players who probably are new running those concepts, which guess what? You should expect that. Ben Arbuckle just got there, right? I believe in the mission, though. That's what I think got overtook in and what most people thought was criticism in that film study. I believe in Ben Arbuckle, as most people do. He's a really, really talented, brilliant young coordinator. I believe in it because I saw it at Washington State, rather, right? I saw how clean their offensive line ran counter. I saw how clean their offensive line ran wide zone. I saw how clean they got to their quarterback run game because of all of that. I believe in the overall mission. And here's the other good thing about what we're seeing, the growing pains. Guys, they got 2 years of this, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Mateer's got 2 full years to be here at Oklahoma in this system with Ben Arbuckle. So I feel good about that in terms of their long-term success. So we good about that. Now, the other thing I really like about Mateer and Arbuckle, both of them hunt explosives, and they do a really good job of it. Now, Mateer had a couple of on-tape misses, like, hey, why aren't you ripping this? We always do a good job, I feel like, pointing that out on this network. But the coordinator in and of himself has a good idea of where defenses are vulnerable, where their zone concepts are vulnerable, and how to hunt those things. All right. The other thing about this offense, you cannot give him free access throws. So when everything's an RPO in this system, if the ball's in the belly of the back, it might not be there for long because he likes the leverage on the corner out over number one wide receiver. Okay. So what that means is, if you're Michigan going into this football game, I don't know if I'm playing 9 yards off. I can't give this guy free access throws. He will 9-yard hitch me to death. All right. The system in and of itself will. They won't have to run the football because the extension of the run game will be readily available for them in that ball game. If you don't eliminate those things, he will 8-yard hitch you to death. Jonathan, what did you pick up out of this film study from Mateer?
I do want to say first, I noticed that a lot of Oklahoma fans felt like we were just crapping on Oklahoma. Weren't exactly a big fan of them. Little did you know, I was Mr. Mateer the entire year last year. I love John Mateer. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks last year. I hyped him up the entire season. With that said, though, what I did mention with him coming to Oklahoma this year is I worried about how consistent his play would be inside of the SEC. I mean, he was not bottom level, but the completion percentage wasn't great over there at Washington State. So that kind of concerned me a little bit. But part of the reason why he is so fun to watch is because he is unorthodox, but that also gets him into trouble, like we saw a little bit of how the ball's kind of fading on you, how we don't exactly, and it plays into the completion percentage. So I think he's a good quarterback still, but I think that some of the other surrounding parts might hurt you.
Not to get too nerdy, I think he's great working left. Everything working left's really, really good. Touch throws to the right are fine, but everything that we got to throw hard to our right because of what we're doing floating left tends to lose on us. And you can see it on tape.
As far as the Bryce Underwood study goes, that guy gets the ball out cleaner and quicker than almost anybody I've watched in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, be that big as well. Yeah, we're going to get to him in a second. I'm excited about this.
Oh, yeah.
You're good.
You didn't even hammer on that one yet. But yeah, was really impressed walking away with that one.
I texted you this morning and I said, I'm glad you're in the studio because I think we're going to watch the best young quarterback we've studied on like from a first game impressions.
Oof. Yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Now, I wrote this afterwards as context, but I want to preface what I'm about to say with this. I am not saying that Bryce Underwood is going to be either of these players or amount to either of these players' careers. That being said, Bryce Underwood has the physical, athletic traits, size, weight, speed of a Cam Newton, and he has the throwing mechanics of a CJ Stroud. What Jonathan's talking about, the ability to get the ball in and out, the fluidity, the efficiency of the throwing motion, or as we say around here, the stroke, it's elite. It's really, really elite to be this big, okay? To have the horsepower that this athlete has and to be able to throw the ball this efficiently and this mechanically clean. I don't know if I've seen it. When you're this big, you always have a flaw mechanically. Most guys do. This guy does not. All right. Not through first 30 attempts we've studied of this young man. All right, now, I know it's New Mexico. Lord knows it's New Mexico. And I'm going to tell you at the end of this, I know it's New Mexico, and I'm going to trust my gut going into this game, which was to pick Oklahoma. And I'm going to stand on that. That being said, this guy's uber talented. I think he, again, is the most talented young freshman quarterback we have studied on the network in a long, long time, and I'm going to tell you why. He's 6'5", he's 230 pounds. I'd gauge him at a 4.58. That's what it looks like to me based off everything that I've seen about him. All right, he's a smooth mover as well. That's where the Cam Newton thing comes into me, whether you want to do the Vince Young thing, whatever. Big, tall, long, really, really smooth athlete while also being fast. And smooth and quick delivery, like we mentioned, with elite horsepower with the football. I don't think anybody throws it harder. I don't know if that matters, but it matters sometimes when windows are tight. Also has the ability to layer the football. My favorite part about this young man, he is a football player. He is not a quarterback. He's a football player. He plays quarterback really, really well. But this is the same football player. I've told you the story. He came over and started playing safety in a very tight football game for his team because they needed defensive help. Immediately created a forced fumble with his screws of his helmet. All right, you saw it in his first start. Picks up a block for his running back down in the goal line. This is a football player, and I love that about him as well. It's all over the tape. That's my 90-second pitch on this guy. Let's talk about the tape in and of itself. Saw a lot of, he was just hitting his first read comments. A lot of, I want to hate on the guy. I want to talk about New Mexico. I want to talk about, he's only getting to his first read. You know what I think about, gentlemen? When I see a quarterback getting to his first read in his first start, he's playing on time. That's what I think. Now, you can spin that one way or the other. You can say this is because Buddy, he's only a one-read guy. He's playing tomato cans, so they didn't even force him to a second read. Sure, we could be negative Nancy, or we could sit there and say, the offensive line wasn't all that clean. Left tackle was kind of a turnstile, and he still won from within the pocket and played on time. That's what I was more impressed with. That's how I choose to view that first start in that first tape. I also can tell based off tape, guys, and I always say, what are you? Who are you? What do your practice habits look like? What are your actual skill sets? I know that by what your coordinator asks you to do, right? If your coordinator's asking you to do a lot, it's because he thinks a lot of you. And in this guy's first start, the very first time they're in 3rd and 7 on the opening drive, they put him in a traditional 3-step drop back. They're not halfback screening. They're not tunnel screening. They're not bubble screening. They're not quarterback drawing. They're 3-step dropping. It's New Mexico, bro. I know it is. Stop glazing. I get it. Whatever you want to say, I understand. Hey, how about 3rd and 14? They're not throwing a Gus Malzahn run behind the line of scrimmage screen. They're not running a get the ball out of his hands quick. No, they're running a big boy dig 14 to 15, and he throws a damn rod. That's what they're asking the guy to do. I also know that they have an elite thrower, an elite arm talent by what they're asking him to do. We talked about the triple arrow last year, right? Hey, this RPO action back on right, formation to my right, back crosses quarterback's face. Quarterback has the option to give the ball to the back, press the read, throw the arrow in the flat. Well, that's evolved now. We have the running back, we have the tight end in the arrow, we have the quarterback threat, and we have a curl running against the flow of the defense. Also, because he's so elite, we can do it to our left. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I know I said just a lot of football jargon. Watch the film. Watch what we showed you today of this guy sprinting to his left and throwing a damn beam off the chest pads of an ex-receiver. All right, it's elite. It's a really, really elite football player. Now, all that being said, I'm petrified for him this weekend because I trust old Brent Brett. If Brent Brett going to do anything, it's going to have Bryce coming off the sideline going, hey, coach, I'm going to be honest. I thought they were doing this. They did something totally different. So I watched the tape today, watched the tape late last night. Didn't love the fact that Oklahoma could not run the football. Didn't love the fact that Mateer's still mechanically unclean, and that's going to show up in tight windows, and that might be a problem. And I love the Bryce Underwood tape. That being said, I'm going to learn my lessons, okay? I know it's New Mexico, just like it was ULM Monroe, just like it was Mississippi State. It's a little bit different when you go to the SHU. It's a little bit different when you go to Norman. All right, so I'm still sticking with Oklahoma.
That's a fair take. And I mean, like, for everything that we think Bryce Underwood is going to reach, and he has a very, very high ceiling, we've all seen that, it's still going to be his second start. It's still your first true road start against a hostile environment that's going to be completely different than what you saw. And you're right. Arch Manning did display this a week ago in that he necessarily, those big moments can get to a young quarterback. So I think Oklahoma's the safe pick here, but I could see Michigan winning it.
Not to steal your take a little bit here, because I do want to mention that you were the first one to tell me about how he's kind of like a CJ Stroud, Bryce Underwood is. But I do think that Bryce Underwood is like the CJ Stroud of Lenore Sellers, because Lenore Sellers is a guy that seeks contact football player, but he's more CJ Stroud in the fact of he wants to operate from the pocket. He wants to be behind the line of scrimmage. He's not just taking off if the opportunity is immediately there, but he can rifle it like Lenore Sellers can.
I don't think I saw it. Now, I didn't watch the fourth quarter stuff, but I don't think I saw like I'm bailing out of this pocket just going to sprint. Like, Buddy was winning from the pocket.
And CJ Stroud would scramble if he had to. He was athletic enough to do that. And I think
Georgia tape made me like QB1.
Yeah.
I came out of that. It's like, I know Bryce is cool and all, but that's QB1.
Yeah, and Bryce Underwood is more athletic than CJ Stroud is, but I think there's like a good blend there of just kind of like those two football players. I'm not saying that he is automatically going to be those two players or putting that type of comparison on him, but that's just kind of what it reminded me of a little bit.
Any thoughts?
I'm excited to see this game, man.
I'm excited to see it happen. If it happens on the road, he's stamped, done. That's the next one, because he's going to rack up after that. They don't play a single solitary breath of a program until Ohio State after that, I'm pretty sure.
Checks out.
Will you check their schedule?
Yeah, I got you.
It's like maybe you sweat Mendoza, you know?
Hey.
Maybe you sweat Mendoza. But I think it's a bunch of the slop from the Big Ten.
All right, so we have, obviously, they're playing Oklahoma this week.
Yep.
Central Michigan at Nebraska, Wisconsin at USC. That might be
okay. USC top 25-ish. They're still not top 25.
Washington, Michigan State, Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland, Ohio State.
Wow. That closing schedule, my gosh.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, but they play non-conference games, guys. Give them a break.
If they win,
could you imagine getting Purdue in November? I'd be shaking in my Ugg boots.
I mean, let's be real. If they win this game on Saturday, we have to start talking about Michigan.
We're talking about
team.
3 straight weeks of Purdue, Northwestern, and Maryland, and then you go play Ohio State.
Hey, but nine conference games, so.
Man.
And last 2 national titles, bro. Last 2 national titles. Shut up. Shut up.
My bad.
SEC ain't even playing for him. Shut up.
My bad.
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Y'all got some what ifs for me?
We do.
Of course.
If you're new to the network, this is our chance. This is, and unless it doesn't happen, which is coming up tomorrow, this is our chance to clip farm. Let's get after it. What happens, bud? What if?
What if Oklahoma can't run the ball against Michigan, but John Mateer is just that good, plays that well? What do you think happens in that game?
One more time.
If Oklahoma can't run the ball, like we said, like there's a lot of worries here with that offensive line, but John Mateer just looks that good.
Sounds like old Washington State football. That's literally how they would win football games.
Yeah, they win the tight ones with him being a superhero most of the time.
He had 183 attempts last year on the ground. John Mateer did, and he was their leading rusher. Like, that was how Washington State was winning football games.
I probably should have taken that into much more account. Like, they couldn't run the ball last week, but they didn't spam the Mateer button.
No.
You know, and they're going to have to this week.
Yeah.
And the good news is he's 6'3", like 235.
That's what he wants to do.
Buddy thick, and he's twitched up. So they're going to spam that Mateer empty quarterback draw. You watch.
What if Kentucky gets Ole Miss? Because, like, listen. We talk about all the time how Ole Miss's offense doesn't travel well.
Yeah.
And Kroger Field might not be a Death Valley. It might not be a Neyland Stadium. It might not be a Sanford Stadium. It might not be one of those.
It's still 45,000 Kentuckians.
And on top of that, Austin Simmons is coming off of a performance in which he threw 2 interceptions against Georgia State. What if he has 3 interceptions against Kentucky?
Very plausible, because we know the history of first-year starters at Ole Miss. We know they turn it over. We know they do.
So just what
we
if?
also know the history of that place in Lexington. It's easy to catch a snoozer there, you know? Catch a team just like getting smacked in the face, waking up midway through the second quarter.
I think to answer your question, Jay, if that happens, I don't know if it's necessarily going to change much, because no one's really looking at Ole Miss right now as a playoff team. People don't really think Lane Kiffin's job is in jeopardy. I mean, Mark Stoops might, be able to retire whenever he wants if you win that game again. But other than that, I don't think it's going to change that much from the national scene.
I mean, apparently Kentucky's got Joe Flacco.
Yeah, did you see this comp today?
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin, man. The gift that keeps on giving. The gift that keeps on kiffin.
Put that
work?
That would go. He'd put that on a shirt. He would.
The gift that keeps on kiffin. Said today that, they got I had to tell my team today, they got a guy over there that's thrown for 9,000 yards. Y'all watch out. I done seen him hang up 45 on the head top of Alabama. He been playing 19 years in college football. They basically have their version of Joe Flacco, talking about Calzada. They got their own version of Joe Flacco, which, by the way, not a terrible comp. Joe Flacco, never really worried about you, or never really worried about him until he murders you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he's garbage until he puts 375 on you?
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad comp from Lane there.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I didn't hate it.
Should be interesting, though. Hey, what if Debor and Alabama struggle this weekend against Louisiana Monroe?
How much do they struggle?
Like, what's the struggle?
Beat them by 14. 28-14. 28-14.
Ooh.
Actually, 35-27.
Okay, because 28-14 is hey, defense.
35-28.
Defense played well.
35-28.
35-28.
35-28, late fourth quarter, Ryan Williams, heroic touchdown.
We're talking about beat him by a touchdown.
Oh, he might tar him.
Not to stir up any PTSD, not that I have to for Bama fans, but this is the team that beat Nick Saban once upon a time.
Ooh.
Just kind of throwing that out there for you.
Sneaky.
So you win by a touchdown. That's
If Kaylin Debor doesn't beat this team by anything more than 20 points, I think that he might be fired. If UL Monroe puts up 27 points on Alabama in Tuscaloosa,
that's the thing.
Getting lit
if it's sloppy all around, but you play good defense and you get out with a 28-14 win, I don't know. If you give up 28, 31, 35 points to UL Monroe, you're going to walk a coordinator to the plank on Monday,
Yeah.
So I think that's to me this season at Alabama, that's the first sign I'm looking for. Mid of this first 7, 8, 9 game stretch, 8 game stretch, and then they got a bye before LSU. This first 8 game stretch, if we get a coordinator tossed to the fire, we're probably going to get a football coach tossed to the fire if he loses 4 or 5 football games this year.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say is but do you really want to shake things up? If that does happen for Alabama this weekend, do you really want to change things up right before conference play? Right before we have a matchup against Georgia on the road?
But $70 million looks bad. A loss to UL Monroe looks real bad. That would be, you got to go. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they show up and just put it down the throat of UL Monroe right quick. Hey, what if FSU is legit? Speaking of that football game. What if they're that good and Alabama's not that bad, which the effort's that bad, but what if it wasn't and the scheme's that bad and the quarterback play was unconfident, but what if it's that good at Florida State?
That's what I'm so hung up about all of this is while when we turn on the defensive film for Alabama, as you mentioned, the effort is bad. We don't know how good Florida State is. Florida State might be a top team in the ACC this year. We just don't know that yet. So maybe in 5 weeks, that loss to Florida State doesn't look as bad as it does right now. I mean, we just have that game to go off of.
Why is everyone saying UL Monroe? That's called football brain, brother, because it is UL Monroe, and I just add that M in there. All right, UL
What
Monroe.
if Byron Brown outduels DJ Lagway on Saturday? Florida obviously will win that game. But what if you
outduels him or just runs for $180?
Outplays him.
Okay. Dueling's they're both shooting.
You're right. I
don't think that's going to be happening. I think Byron Brown's going to be sticking his way to a dub.
What if we get to the end of that game, look at the stat sheet, and go, man, Byron Brown played better than DJ Lagway?
Blame it on the calf strain. Move on.
Think so?
We are going to find out about that defense, that run defense. They gave up 379 yards on the ground in their spring game against their own run team.
It was a bunch.
So we'll find out about that rush defense, particularly about Armstrong's ability to limit a massive human like that.
But at that point, don't we have to start having a conversation about DJ Lagway?
Well, I'll have a conversation. I'll continue to have the conversation about he doesn't necessarily see the field all that clean. And I'm not a box score scouter, okay? I'm the film guy, all right? And what the film says about DJ is, the completion percentage is suspect, but that's the offense. We know about this. We've talked about this. They ask him to do a lot and drive the ball down the field. The things I worry about are when he smacks a defender in the face with the football and clearly did not see that guy underneath coverage because he just ain't seeing the field correctly. He's kind of just going off where his progressions are and just ripping the football. Did it twice against Tulane, both in horrible can't do that situations, and did it once to my memory against Tennessee as well. What
if Arizona State loses to Mississippi State? Mind you, well, I'm not going to say that.
More cowbell.
But just kind of throwing that out. I don't think Arizona State looked fantastic last week against a lesser than.
I've been doing this show with you a lot. I think you just stumbled on almost telling me the line of that football game.
I did.
Yeah.
So holding that back for a future segment, but just throwing that out there. Don't even need further analysis. Just what if? What if the cowbells prevail?
The SEC bias.
That game was 21-3 early last year, and the Mississippi State crawled back.
Yes, it was a beatdown for a while.
Is that how that was? Yeah, I don't know.
I remember this because I picked Mississippi State to cover that game.
I remember this because it was the night I fell in love with
Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah, Cam Scatterbo, the Amish Dream, and the dark alley football team that was the 2024 Arizona State Sun Devils. Yeah.
What if Vanderbilt goes into Blacksburg and just beats the hell out of Virginia Tech? Is it time to have a conversation about South Carolina then?
I mean, if Vandy goes in there and rolls on Va Tech, I'm going to blame it on South Carolina beat them up. No, I'm just kidding. I guess we got to give Diego Pavia some love. What did they do in week 1, by the way?
They had a good performance.
I know, but they were playing a mid-major
Charleston
opponent.
Southern.
Okay, I thought the most, and Vandy fans, I don't know if you're here and I shouldn't disrespect you. Hey, guys, I want a round of applause right now. A global round of applause. Vandy sold out that stadium Saturday. Did y'all see this video footage? I saw video footage of wall-to-wall doors, okay? Just dooring everywhere. Just Commodores as far as the eye could see in Nashville, Tennessee for a mid-major. How about you guys? I'm proud of y'all, honestly. That makes me proud of you guys.
Sacks. Diego Pavia went 20 for 25 with 275 yards. So, solid day for him.
I think it's more about if Vandy goes in there and stomps them, we look at Vandy for real.
Okay. So, it's not about how, man.
Hey, Vandy's back. They're going to be a tough out again.
So, it's not, you're not going to question if South Carolina is actually a top 10 team if that happens?
No, I'm not doing that. I know what South Carolina is. South Carolina is, let's hope we catch Lightning 7 times today and score 49. If we catch Lightning 6 times, we only score 38.
42.
42?
42.
Dang.
And we know the history of South Carolina does not play great in week 1.
That's leaning into the bit.
I hope so.
Yeah, my math's actually pretty strong.
What if UCLA loses to UNLV?
Oh, the Dan Mullen hype train's in full speed.
I don't know what I'm going to do there. I really don't know what I'm going to do there, honestly, because I'm a root to be right guy. I mean, I ain't got a team, so I'm just rooting to be right. All right. Well, obviously, the business works well when Georgia wins. Okay. But I'm just rooting to be right. That's it. And I don't know what to do there because I kind of want Dan Mullen to be back on TV. And I kind of don't like everything that is Dan Mullen football because you know me, I like good coaching. I like good football. And ain't a lot of that when I watch them on television. Maybe some of that on tape because they got dudes everywhere out there at UNLV right now. But I'm also in the camp of if Nico looks good at all, I can't just say, oh, he got better, which would be the answer. He got better. But my mentions would be flooded with the 7 or 8 Bruin fans that exist on social media.
I think there's certainly a possibility it happens.
Definitely a possibility. Hey, what if, speaking of possibilities, what if Mensa just absolutely puts on a laser show this weekend against Illinois? I do wish. I am itching to break down Darian Mensah tape on this channel. Give me a reason. And the reason would be everybody else finding out what I found out when I broke down Tulane tape last year. Darian Mensah is an NFL football player. Darian Minsow's an NFL quarterback. He's talented. I think the world's going to find that out this weekend. I think they do, and I want to break that crap down on Sunday night. That's what I want to do.
Darian Minshew and Luke Altmaier battling it out on Saturday in a primetime matchup is like when you get the Carolina Panthers and the Cleveland Browns on Thursday night. It's just like, man, didn't really ask for it, but at least it's football.
That's a fair comp.
I don't love it. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's disrespectful to Darian Minshew. I'm with you on game manager Luke, but don't be talking about Darian Minshew like that. That's crazy. I'm with you on 13 personnel Illinois. I'm with you. But don't be out here talking about my Darian Minshew dookies like that, dog. Have you seen that defense?
Dude,
it's make or break.
Listen,
Literally, it ain't bend or break. It's make or break. We're going to make a play or we're going to break.
Look, you might be the Duke fan this year, but I was the OG Duke fan.
I know, you're
anybody.
OG Dookie.
I was OG Riley Leonard and Duke 2 years ago.
That Darian Minshew tape going to hit like crack if he throws all
I hope we
get
to watch it. I hope he gives us a performance this weekend that we get to break it down next week.
I hope so, too. Any more what ifs? I got 2 more.
I got one more.
I'm out.
Actually,
I might save that one. I've already gaslit that one enough.
All right, this one's circling back, but what if Kaylin Debor gets fired before Hugh Freeze?
Ooh, whoa!
I hope not. Never mind. I don't really care either way. That'd be crazy.
Like, can you imagine? Like,
hey, right now, on pace to happen.
Yeah,
looks that way.
I don't think Hugh's getting fired this year.
Whoa.
I mean,
guys. They just bought Braylon Womack. What y'all talking about?
Okay.
They going out signing 5 stars.
Alabama just had a top 3 class.
5 stars can only save you for so long.
5 stars can only save you so long. Guys, they were stagnant all the way up until mid-August and June, or mid-August and early September, and then started getting recruiting momentum.
Great.
And all we talked about was that they needed buy-in. They needed to go out and get, we're definitely going to have this guy forever before we go out and buy another really, really good class.
Great. If they goes 5-7 this year, he's gone.
I don't think he's shaping up for 5-7 now. They got past Baylor.
6-6 might not be a very enough.
Yeah.
There's people saying this is a sleeper team for the playoff.
Yeah, you're right. Expectations just did get raised. But if Jackson Arnold breaks his shoulder, which is plausible for taking 18 totes a game,
that's very possible.
We got an excuse.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But like, I don't think I'm not ready to declare stamped Hugh Freeze is safe for 2025.
Especially after all offseason, we were speaking of hypothesis of, he might get fired if this happens. One game ain't going to change much for me.
You're right. Hey, we got to be really quick. We got to get into Guess the Lines.
Yes, we do. And best bets.
Actually, let's go straight to best bets, Jonathan. We got 12 minutes left. We got to get to best bets, one of which is a prediction. We got to put Teddy 2 gloves on because me and you are a big sack of losers. And we have to get to a super chub. We got a lot to do left here in the show. Go ahead, hand me one of them. All right, here's the deal. Shout out to our friends over at Milton High School. Okay, when you lose best bets this week, put us in camera 4, which is Jonathan and I. We tied for dead last. You're supposed to be in Teddy 2 gloves, which means you have to wear both of these jokers. But instead, you're in Teddy 1 glove today because we tied for being a pair of sad sacks. All right, let's get best bets going. What's
you guys
that?
Look like 2010 Tom Brady right now.
I don't really know. I kind of feel like Carson Beck.
From the wrist down.
Have y'all noticed Carson Beck's wearing 1 glove?
Interesting.
Getting ready for snap. Are you strapping in?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm ready for war. All right. What's our first bet of the day?
All right. So I'm just giving you guys the lines. No more guess the lines, right?
Huh?
We got time for guessing.
No. We're not guessing the lines.
All right.
Go straight to it.
First one. Illinois minus 2.5 at Duke.
I'm riding the Dukies. Come on. They're my playoff team. They got to win this football game. Give me the Dukies.
I'm going to go Illinois here. I think that Illinois is a better football team, and as good as Darian Minshew is, they struggled for a little bit early on last week. I'm going to Illinois minus 2.5.
I think I'm going to go Duke plus 2.5 with you. I kind of like it. I think that Duke can match Illinois defensively, and I think that Duke has the propensity to be more explosive on offense this weekend. Because
what would make this Teddy 2 Gloves segment real bad? If these things actually smelled like football. If they smelled like football gloves and we had to keep them outside in a Ziploc bag, that'd be a real punishment. But for all of us, even for the non-loser like you.
The studio would suck.
Yeah, it would.
But yeah, I think I'm going to go Duke plus 2.5 with you.
Hell yeah. Would you
All
go?
right.
Illinois?
I went Illinois.
All right.
Brett Bielema lover. Couldn't be me.
Next game, Iowa at
Plays good
Iowa.
football.
Iowa,
Recruits big fellas. Sorry.
Dude.
Iowa at Iowa State. Iowa State minus 3.5 is the line.
Iowa State, I'm hammering that.
I'm with you. I'm going Iowa State minus 3.5.
We're all in the Cyclones.
Let's go.
You can't throw for 48 yards last week and think you're winning this forward pass football game.
No.
Okay? We got a stern advantage in the forward pass department. My Cyclones.
Let's go. All right, next game we got Vanderbilt at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is favored minus 1.5.
Oh, give me Vandy. Give me Vandy plus 1.5 here.
I'll take Vatek at home.
Yeah, I've already kind of flirted with the idea that Vanderbilt.
You know why? A lot of motion. A lot of motion at Vandy. At least last year. A lot of motion to get to those certain looks, bump guys over. Hard to do that on the road in Blacksburg. Give me the Hokies.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't see that glove enough over there, Teddy. I don't see that.
Well, you know, maybe if I wasn't interrupted while speaking, I could get to a point where I could point my finger in the air.
Who's interrupting you?
All right.
First of all, what do you
I've already flirted with the idea that Vanderbilt might fall back to normalcy this year. I think Virginia Tech has a defensive line that can compete with what Vanderbilt wants to do, and it's at home for Virginia Tech. Give me them minus 1.5. Next football game, we got Arizona State minus 6.5 at Mississippi State.
Ooh. That's a sneaky line. Vegas knows something there, boys.
Very low line.
They know something.
I'm still going to ride with Arizona State here, but that is an interesting line.
I need more cowbell. I'm riding with Arizona State. No way I would bet against my boy Kenny Dillingham. Okay, you see what these guys think? These got padding on the knuckles because they ready for a fight. Them Sun Devils stay ready for a fight, even in the state of Mississippi. I loved his comments, by the way. They're totally right. I know a lot of people, gave him pushback. The only nice hotels in the state of Mississippi basically are casinos. Having been someone who played like 6 games of my college career in the state of Mississippi, ain't nothing but cotton fields and casinos. That's about it. Okay, so yeah, he got to stay about 90 minutes from the stadium to get into a real hotel.
Bro, you're enjoying this too much.
You might. What do you call it? Meme farming?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, I'm going to go Arizona State minus 6.5 in this one. All right, moving on to the next one. We got Kansas at Missouri. Missouri is favored minus 6.5.
Give me the Jayhawks.
Oh no, Kirby! No, Kirby!
I'll wear the gloves, dude. I'm willing to risk it. Give me the Jayhawks.
Light up the spoon. Give me the Jayhawks. I'm back on it. We're off the wagon as a collective. Give me the Jayhawks.
The fact that we have grown a lot of subscribers since me and Kirby were out here pounding the Kansas Jayhawk wagon. Yeah. You shouting "light up the spoon" in that,
bro.
There's a bunch of people like, what is happening right now?
It legitimately was y'all's drug of choice all year last year, and y'all kept falling off the wagon. Time to light up the spoon one more time.
You know what? Honestly, I am going to vote that we just don't even associate the state of Kansas with the United States of America, because it was Kansas last year for me, and then I picked Kansas State to make the college football playoff this year. They lose week 1 and barely get past North Dakota State last week. Just get them out. We'll go to 49 for all I care. Kansas no longer allowed in my United States. That's what I'm going to say. So with that said, I'm going Missouri minus 6.5. All right.
No.
Ooh.
All right. Final one we got. It's the big one. Michigan at Oklahoma. Oklahoma is minus 5.5.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of points.
I predicted Oklahoma. I predicted Oklahoma to win 27-24. So give me the 5.5.
I'm gonna go Michigan then.
Yeah, give me the 5.5. I play both sides right there. I get to play both sides. You love that.
I did pick Oklahoma to win by 10 in this game.
Ooh, hairy.
Well, it was like 20-10. I just
that was pre-tape though,
and it was. That's what I was about to say. That was pre-tape.
Isn't that funny how tape changed that opinion?
Yeah, well, like wild. You don't like. You can go look at the box score of like what does John Mateer do all that stuff. But you don't see the offensive line play. I can't see in a box score that they have a converted linebacker into a tight end that they're kind of training up right now. And I also don't see that you're missing multiple starters on the offensive line. So maybe I kind of feel like you are going to get a better performance. I think you will this weekend from your offensive line.
Got good tensile strength.
I think I'm going to say that Michigan's going to cover the 5.5. I think it's a close football game. I think Oklahoma ultimately does win, but I think it's a close football game.
Love a good opportunity to play both sides.
Yeah. That's just kind of my gut feeling right now.
You didn't have Ole Miss Kentucky in that matchup or in the best bets?
Because I gave it last week, but I think it might have changed since then.
It's at 10.5 right now.
It's Ole Miss minus 10.5.
Because the reason I asked, Sammy Ibrahim in the Super Chubs says, headed to the Ole Miss Kentucky game this weekend. That's in Kentucky, right? With the spread being down to 9.5 on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried would you be for Ole Miss? And what should Georgia fans look at while watching this game? Austin Simmons first and foremost, because you actually play him. You got Kentucky on the schedule this year at home, right?
Yes.
Correct. You have them both.
No worry about Kentucky. You got them at home. That's history says you just thump Mark Stoops at home. So I don't think the Georgia fans have to worry too much about that. I'd be worried about Austin Simmons, though, because I think Austin Simmons is talented enough. If he has a really, really good day, he might be able to get you.
Only thing Georgia fans ever have to worry about when Kentucky comes to town is if you bet the spread. Mark Stoops is going to spoil that for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Marky Stoops is prone for, 18 in the hook.
He tried to do it last weekend.
Did he?
He tried to do it last week against Toledo. There was a late touchdown by Kentucky to put him over, and then Toledo answered.
What if – never mind. Don't want to accuse nobody of that. But you would imagine with all these players getting caught with all this stuff, eventually we'll grab a coach that gets tied up in, a little bit of – I mean, we already had a baseball coach. An Alabama baseball coach do this, didn't we?
You had an Alabama baseball coach.
Alabama baseball coach. He was telling somebody to walk into a casino.
Tell a friend to do that. Yeah. That's different than like, hey, I'm going to throw.
And it wasn't fixing; it was tipping.
Correct.
Like he was tipping certain things. Like, hey, we got the scrub going today because the actual ace has got a little bit of shoulder tightness. Go into the New Orleans casino, lay a rack on that Crimson Tide.
What do you think, though? You think Ole Miss covers?
I'm going to say no. Yes, they do.
I'll say
yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Kentucky, I think they are as bad as we thought they were. They kind of mopped and slopped their way to a Toledo win. Got a good offensive line, though.
Hey,
maybe they can mop and slop their way to a tight football game. They could get a 28-17 win, but you still cover at that point, or a 28-17 loss, but you still cover at that point, laying the 9.5. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
Yeah.
What else we got?
We got to do that Missouri-Kansas prediction.
Well, let's do this Missouri-Kansas prediction because a Missouri fan or a Kansas fan hopped in our mentions last night and said, we forgot this one. And you know what? We're going to be wearing that thing a lot at the end of the month. Hey, let's get to it. Kansas at Missouri. It's a big-time football game. These two share a border state line. Am I right?
It is called the border
war. Is my geography correct on that?
It's called the border war.
It's called the border war. Love to see it. Love to see it. Going to be a good football game. Key to the matchup right here, explosives for me, as is normal in college football. But I feel like both of these offenses, historically, when I watch Kansas, when I watch Missouri, they have moments of stagnation. But their offenses thrive and are most predicated off of creating explosives. I think their coordinators do a really, really good job of creating those. All right, so the defense that keeps it most at bay will have the advantage here. I'm going to give the advantage in the explosives department to Kansas's offense, but in the defensive department, Missouri's defense.
Yeah, for me, I kind of simply put it as like the key to the matchup is which quarterback can be the biggest difference maker. I didn't think Bo Pribula looked horrible for Missouri when he stepped in for them. And Jalen Daniels has kind of been a very roller coaster up and down quarterback for Kansas. Like what he looked like last year for the majority of the season was not what he looked like for the majority of the 2023 season. So it just kind of determines on which Jalen Daniels are we getting. Bo Pribula, it's just a matter of like, can we really run this offense efficiently? That's kind of what it boils down for him. I would give the edge, though, to Kansas in that regard because I think that Jalen Daniels is a more explosive playmaker.
I have two key factors to this. One, how does Kansas play on the road? Missouri went undefeated at home last season. Kansas was 1-5 on the road. I mean, two diametrically opposed results. That's going to be a major key factor. And this one, as generic as it's going to be, this is going to be a major factor of the game. Who wants it more?
Ooh.
This is a rivalry between two teams that have not played in a long time. This is the Texas A&M equivalent. Which team wants to win this game or comes out with more energy, more fire, more passion? Shout out Kirby Smart. But no, that's a major factor for this game that I don't think is getting accounted for.
Weird question. Do you think the roster that has the most homegrown talent would have a more attachment to this rival? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Darius Smith ain't got a single solitary idea about this rivalry.
No.
You know, see what I'm saying?
It's a great point. I haven't,
I would imagine Kansas's roster probably a little bit more regionally based. Missouri's probably, spreckled all over the Southeast. Most SEC schools are nowadays.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Just a thought. So I'd say guys that grew up Missouri fans that are playing for Missouri hate Kansas, but the dude who just at Missouri because it was his best offer don't give a damn about this.
Yeah, something you got to kind of learn
has
about.
A slight advantage in this, but it could go either way.
Who's your X factor? For me, it's Missouri's wide zone concept in this ball game. If you're not prepared for it, it'll catch you off guard. And it's not your normal wide zone because they be cutting. They be back there cutting. They be back there diving on legs. They be back there trying to take ACLs out. So if you're not prepared for this, it will gas you. It almost gashes every football team that I have watched. It gashed the national championship. One of the best defenses I've ever studied in Georgia several years ago for 75 yards. Would have won the football game had Malachi Starks not had an effort play on it. So this will get you if you are not prepared for it. It's the X factor for me.
Yeah, kind of playing into that for me, it's Ahmad Hardy. This is a guy for one of my bold predictions in the preseason was that he was going to lead the SEC in rushing yards. He had 100 last week. I think he's in store for a big weekend against Kansas. So I'm going with Ahmad Hardy.
I'm going with Kansas running back Daniel Highshaw. Missouri gave up 154 yards to Central Arkansas last week. If they can do the same for Kansas, that might be a big day for him.
We're skipping unless it doesn't happen. I got a prediction of Missouri 27, Kansas 21.
I got Missouri 30, Kansas 20.
You picked Kansas to cover, though, didn't you?
24. 27-24.
Give me the Jayhawks 30, Missouri 20. I'm riding it. I'm back on the spoon, dude.
Attaboy. Hey, speaking of back, the Diddy counters are back. We got film studies. We got fresh film studies with fresh football and fresh suspicious things said by yours truly. Look, here's the deal. Every once in a while, I start talking ball. I say a little something and make you go, huh? What did he just say? And every once in a while, we make a montage of them. This year's first edition of the Diddy counter coming up right now.
Welcome into Talk the Dog, the show where we find a bone to pick and a take to give. These are not hot takes. These is dog takes. Can I talk that dog?
What's up? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
I told Jonathan I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time keeping it down. I don't really care if you're going to have fun today because I'm going to have a blast. I'm going to tell you that right now. So let's lock in and let's shut up and let's grind. 5 of these 6 are going to come. Oh, crap, he came. We have to dig him out, all right? And 71 is probably going to work his butt to dig out that defensive end, right? If you do it wrong, it doesn't matter, do it hard. They say that all the time. If you do it wrong, it don't matter, do it hard, all right? I love that the ball's already out. Look at that thing. Watch it from the tight, you'll see it. It opens wide. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got a whole nother hour. It is our local hour. We finna talk that dog. Not bad. I mean, 11's not bad.
A modest return.
A modest return
plenty
is
of
the
room
right
for
way to
improvement.
put
Don't
that.
worry.
You know, my favorite Diddy counter of all time was when I drew a male genitalia, and then you just put draws penis, and then went ding. That was my favorite Diddy counter.
You haven't done that in a while.
Well, you know, I didn't do it on purpose.
I know, but like there was a while where it was like, I feel like every other week it was like,
sometimes every time when I draw bracket coverage, it'd be looking like that. Hey, this guy's got inside, this guy's got outside, this guy's got matched up with the point. This is ball, you know, just talking ball.
It's probably
happening.
It's probably another good reason of why it's might be a little bit better for me to record the film studies, because he picks up on those things a lot more frequently than I do. There'd be a lot more giggling during the film study during serious moments.
Yeah. I mean, I said the other, never mind. Hey, welcome to the local hour. Welcome to the local hour. We got a loaded one for you. I don't have film notes. That's the wrong one. We've got game balls to give out today. We got a new segment called Get Right. All right. We're going to talk today on Wednesday after accumulating all of our film notes, all of the observations. We're going to talk about who need to get right this weekend. Okay. So we got a new segment there. Excited about that. Names that we are expecting more from this weekend. We're having a good segment there. What If Wednesday, local hour edition.
Love it.
We love to see that. Welcome in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribing, rating, reviewing. Was going to hit a local ad read right here at the top of the local hour, but I think we ought to space that out after Diddy's, you know.
May not be a bad
safe.
idea.
It'd be good insurance. Wink.
Ooh, that was good. That's a good team.
Thank you, Curb.
Every now and then you hit those.
Thank
It's like,
you, Curb.
bro, you're trying so hard. It's
I mean, that
cheesy.
was a nice little layup right there. Got to hit your layups. You know
Have
what
to.
I mean?
I enjoyed that one.
Hey, it's time to give out game balls right quick. I got a bunch of nominees, so I think I'm going to go last, okay? I think I'm going to go last. Who you got for me, Jay Will?
All right, offensive game ball. Might not be going to two. I have two guys actually that earned the offensive game ball for me.
Dos Pelotas?
They play the same position, and just watching the tape back from that offensive performance, I thought these two guys really bought into what the talk of the offseason was, and it's Oscar Delp and Lawson Lucky. I thought those two guys did a tremendous job. Maybe they weren't the explosive playmakers in the passing game, despite the fact that they did have an explosive, but those two guys were blocking their butts off in the run game. They were sealing, and they were just, I just thought they had a great game from both of them. So I thought it was a much improved maybe too from last year. Like just seeing those two guys hear it all offseason about how we're going to run the football and we're going to be great at it. Those two guys certainly took in the message and say, yes, we are, and it's going to be partly because of us too.
Yeah, like the point of game balls, sometimes it is to just highlight someone who absolutely took over the game and made an impact like that. In games like this, you're not really going to get that. So you give it to the person who's making the effort plays, who's making the right plays, doing everything right. London Humphreys was that for Georgia's offense on Saturday. We've already seen it in the film study, him going back and blocking like his head's on fire, all of those things. Having the day with 3 receptions for 8 yards wasn't spectacular. He did have a touchdown in there. Looked really good, but London Humphreys is a guy that I think they looked at tape on Sunday and said, man, he did just about everything we asked him to.
Little FPE blue hat for London Humphreys. Speaking of FPE, one clip, Fire, Passion, and Energy screamed it. Cash Jones picking up a blitz, man. Knocking somebody's chin strap off, man. I could imagine you're a 235-pound linebacker. You got a free run at this what appears to be 195-pound former walk-on. You think you got sweet. You think it's sweet. It ain't up in there. I'm going to tell you. With number 32, it is not sweet when you run in there free, all right, as a linebacker. So that one right there, one clip alone, when you play that physically, when they talk about all offseason, bringing back that fire, passion, energy, that level of physicality, that for me needs a shout here. Felt like obviously Zach Branch deserves a shout here. You mentioned Oscar Delp. You mentioned Lawson Lucky. London Humphreys was on my list as well. I want to talk about Monroe Freeling.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Monroe Freeling because I think he's going to be really, really special. I knew he was going to be a great athlete. You could see that on the high school tape, but there was a level of rawness for him coming out of a Carolina high school football level that wasn't all that elite. Wasn't like he was seeing elite edge rushers every single Saturday or every single Friday night on the high school level. He's seeing that now. He's much more comfortable. He's quick getting out of his sets, but the thing that I'm really, really impressed with, his football intellect, he knows what he's doing all the time. His eyes are in the right spot. Great eye discipline as an offensive lineman, which is important, particularly as a tackle, right? A lot more space out there, a lot more stuff that could go awry as a left tackle. So I love his alertness out there on the edge right now as a year 2 player, year 3 in the system, I believe. Or is this a redshirt freshman year for him?
For who?
Monroe Freeling. Is this year 2 for Monroe Freeling?
This is year 3.
This is year 3.
I get so confused because these guys are early enrollees. They feel like they've been on campus. Like Darren Nickenagman feels like he's been on campus for 2 years.
I know
he's a
it's
true freshman.
I know it's year 3 because he came in the Vanderbilt game in 2023.
Okay,
Yep.
so there's that. But no, just an elite football player overall, and I think he's got a chance to be a high-end draft pick at one point.
Very good. Defense, Jay?
Defense, what you got, Jay? Well, who you got it?
I'm giving it to Gabe Harris.
Yeah.
And it really got hammered home for me today when I see a clip of him yakking on the field and then giving it to an offensive lineman immediately after.
Yeah.
Love seeing stuff like that. So I thought that, again, kind of going into what I talked about with Oscar Delp and Lawson Lucky, that guy played hard. Not that that's ever been an issue for him. I've always noticed that about Gabe Harris. Like, even last year, I was like, this dude just plays hard at all times. But now he's in a starting role. Got to do it all the time. He certainly continued that consistency there for me. I thought he had some great plans as well in the passing attack. I just thought he played a really good game on Saturday, giving it to Gabe Harris. Needed him to step up, and he did.
Yep.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've talked about this guy, I feel like, all week long, Raylan Wilson.
Yeah.
If we get to the end of the 2025 season and we go, man, when did you know that this was going to be a great season for Raylan Wilson? It was a first game for me. He looks better. He looks bigger. He looks faster. And by the way, he's playing well, too. Led the team in tackles on Saturday. Was all over the field, not just, a stat padding technique type thing. He looks more explosive on tape. Raylan Wilson, I'm getting the game ball, too, for defense.
There were, I want to say, 4 or 5 times on tape, Christian, where just his speed of play made him right.
Yeah.
Where he's not slowing his feet down. He's not unzipping his feet. He's not attacking and shedding blocks the way he's supposed to. But because he's playing so fast, because he's playing so confident, he's running himself into the ball. I mean, there's also, like we pointed it out on film on the defensive study, there is a pass rush where he gives a false long arm stick and then goes into a ghost pass rush move as an off-ball linebacker. Yeah, he's got a bag. That's an earned bag. That's you put in work this offseason, right? That's that same stuff we saw with Nakobe. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's the very same stuff we saw with Nakobe, just finding new ways to elevate your game.
I mean, that's the most free I've seen him play in his entire career at Georgia.
Absolutely. That's a great pick right there. I went with his, his counterpart, for most of the game. How about Chris Cole on tape, man? That's some freaky stuff to watch on tape. His closing speed, just general length shows up on tape. I think he's going to have 5 sacks this year. Watching that, I know they got the ball out really quickly. I think they only flushed him. I had a couple of quarterback pressures on Saturday, but I think Chris Cole showed me that when they play a competitive football game, when quarterbacks are actually forced to get into a traditional drop back setting, I think number 9 is going to get home pretty often this year. Other names that need a shout, KJ had a great opening debut of the year. All the corners, all 5 of them, even the one that was sitting on the bench. My God. Xavier McLeod, I thought, had a great football game as well, and Kristen Miller.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, just one of those days where it's like everyone played very, very well.
How about special teams?
Drew Miller.
Attaboy.
You get the special teams game ball.
I'm gonna give it to Zachariah Branch, and he didn't do anything spectacularly where it's like, oh my God, Zachariah Branch has arrived. This is the special teams touchdown we thought. But there is something extremely valuable about when a team punts the ball and you're able to return it 10, 15 yards, or you're guaranteed to catch it every time. I think that Jacoby White went back there a few times and caught punts just to rotate it. But you have to feel very good about Zachariah Branch shooting punts for you.
My unless it doesn't happen almost came true.
Dude, that thing bounced like 7 times.
There was a bounce punt, and Zachariah returned it. I thought for a minute was going to give me one. Didn't.
He's going to get one this year.
Oh, definitely. And that's what I was going to say is like just the fact that you have a threat back there, that every time the team is punting the ball to you, there is it's always in the back of your mind like we might not even put the offense out right now. It might just be Zachariah Branch takes it to the house.
I've got Talon Taylor, but Chat's got us. KJ Bolden had a block punt.
Ooh, yeah, this is true.
I thought it was Cash, but it was actually KJ. So
honestly, I forgot about that for like half a second.
Yeah, I did too. I think it was another. I didn't forget about it. To be honest with you, I was just trying to be a good teammate there because it was another one of those. This stuff happened back in the day. Middle of the third quarter, ain't crap going on. We're already beating the hell up out this football team. Block punt.
Oh, there's so many special teams plays in 2021.
Yep,
so many of them.
Not to do this is going to be the year thing, but there's a lot of y'all doing the right stuff again and stuff that we pointed out last year that wasn't happening.
Yeah,
correct.
This is fair.
That's all we're going to say. Don't jinx it.
Buy insurance on your takes. You ever buy insurance on your takes?
On my takes, no, they don't need it.
Dang.
But I do need insurance.
You do need insurance?
And I would like to inquire about a place I could go to get some.
Our friends Worling, Schilling, and Randall Insurance Company are the place to be, Kirby.
Oh.
I'll tell you that right now. Not only are they certified ball knowers, 3 generations of such.
Whoa.
They're diehard dog fans. They're diehard supporters of this network, all right? Put their money where their mouth is, too. And they're getting a nice shout-out right here. Worling, Schilling, and Randall Insurance Company has been serving Georgia and the Southeast from Marietta, Georgia since 1920, ladies and gentlemen, with great companies like the Hartford Auto Owners, Travelers, Liberty Mutual, Geico, Hanover, Progressive, and many, many more. They have a free giveaway as well going on right now for listeners of this show. You can email WT at WSRinsurance.com prior to Georgia games every week with your guess of the final score of that Saturday's game. And the first correct guess gets a $50 Amex gift card sent right to you, a free 50 right there. All you got to do, get in on that email account. Get that email, WT at WSRinsurance.com. Shout out to our friends over at Worling, Schilling, and Randall Insurance Company. We love those folks.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Boys, where we going next?
Hey, it's Wednesday still.
It is still Wednesday.
We what ifing?
Let's what if it.
What the if? Why not?
Boys, what if Drew Bobo struggles again this weekend?
That's going to be hard for you. That's going to be hard for you.
I know. It's going to cut me deep in my soul. All right? Because I was really, really excited. What Drew Bobo put on tape last year had me really, really giddy to see what we might be getting this year on tape. And I'm going to tell you what, I was let down this weekend watching that. That was not good, man. That was not good. Most of them pressures are on you, 74. Most of them are you just burying your head in, folks. And we can't be doing that. You're supposed to be alert. Supposed to be eyes on. What if, man?
I think too that like
I'm gonna have to do some punishments
for a guy like Drew though, like knowing what we think about him and knowing what he put on tape last year. I think there might be something of we talk about passion, fire, and energy all off season, and we go in there and we're just vibrating. We're just like, I like got all this pimped up energy.
That's true.
I think that there's an opportunity for him to just like overplay it a little bit.
And this week, just calm down. Be yourself. Don't overdo it.
That was going to be my question because you're the offensive line expert here. Is there a time when you are too aggressive?
I mean, all of it. When I say burying your head in, that's all it was. Like all of the pressures were you took your eyes for work way too quickly, and now your responsibility has arrived, and you're not ready for it. All right, or like I'm not getting on him on the coffee house stunt. Like I've seen really, really great players get done up on that, and I don't even know how I would coach it, to be honest with you, because they timed it up so well. They triggered at the right time. So some of that stuff not even on him, but I thought I was going to turn the tape on and see a flawless football player this year from a responsibility standpoint. Mm-hmm. And if y'all are going to run the football like you are supposed to against great football teams, he is going to be the catalyst that gets everybody on the right page. And it's got to be that. So I'm not worried too much about it because I know he probably coaching himself hard.
And I mean, the silver lining of it is the critique for him was, hey, it seems like you're trying too hard right now.
Yeah.
It seems like you're being too aggressive. It seems like you're doing too much.
And by the way,
it's a lot better than the alternative that what we talked about in the earlier show.
A lot better than the alternative, period. Okay? Because I watched the backups. They ain't ready. Ain't nobody ready to back up Drew Bobo right now. So he better stay healthy and better get right. I know there's going to be a lot of people because of his last name that want to get rid of him and play somebody else. But I don't think you have a winnable option. You got a playable option. I don't think you got winnable options right now. I think Cortez will be really, really good moving forward, but he looked like a freshman on Saturday because he's a freshman. He's a young freshman, too. He reclassed. That's a 17-year-old kid, I'm pretty sure. My memory serves me correct. So there's that. I already did my what if. What do y'all got?
What if Georgia's corners are too good to only play two most of the time?
And my fantasy team's going to take a hit.
Like, what if you just go the entire season of like, we got to rotate all of them? Like, they're all that good.
That would be new territory for Kirby Smart.
Relatively new. He's had 3. I think in 2019 he rotated Tyson Campbell with DJ Daniel, opposite of Eric Stokes.
He did.
But other than that, it's never happened.
And it's like last year, people would say, like, oh, well, they play both Julian Humphrey and Daniel Harris. This would be different territory of this isn't other guys passing each other up. These guys are too talented that we need to play them. They deserve to be on the field.
I could very well see that happening, and I don't think that's that big of an issue if it is. I mean, what's the worst case scenario? You have 4 cornerbacks that all think that they have opportunities to start, and all believe and all have seen that they have opportunities to get one's reps here, there's no incentive for them to go elsewhere other than a paycheck or, hey, you're going to get even more reps. I feel like the situation you're kind of in right now is very, very good.
And it would be almost like beneficial for Georgia in the sense of Dalen Everett's going to be going to the NFL this offseason. Daniel Harris has the opportunity to certainly stamp his way into the NFL this year. And then you're getting Ellis Robinson and DeMello Jones plenty of reps to go into next year. Like it could almost be a great situation for you.
What if we don't see Josh McCray very much at all again this weekend?
I think that's a real possibility. And honestly, I don't think that's anything that's...
Was he a December purchase?
No,
he was a spring guy.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what I'm asking is, did they go out and add him to make sure that they're deep enough in December?
That's a great question, and maybe.
I mean, obviously, you take him as the Thunder to Nate's Lightning, and you think that's what it's going to be, and you add this start or backup, two that went for 900 yards last year, Illinois, and you bring him down here, and you expect him to get meaningful carries. But if worst case, he is another body in November and December. The last several years, that has been drastically needed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's certainly where you sit right now. I think the reason that they went out and got him was similar. Just, hey, we're just going to get as many bodies in this position as we can.
Yeah.
Because we never seem to have enough. I don't know if they had December in mind when they got him, but it absolutely could play into that where it's, hey, we're in game 13 now, and Josh McCray, who's only had 15 carries on the season, all of a sudden goes for 65 yards. And we're like, whoa, where has this been? Why hasn't he played earlier? But no, it absolutely could be that.
I mean, you're not even just purchasing for December anymore, though. These games go until late January.
January 20th is the national championship this year.
So you're purchasing for 2 extra months.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad investment at all if that's the case.
What if we get to the end of the game on Saturday and Gunnar Stockton only has 3 rushing attempts? He's played the entire game in the pocket. He's seemingly made an effort to do so.
And didn't have to get involved in the running game. That means you were never in 3rd and 2, by the way.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say.
You just didn't get to 3rd down. You just kept moving this. Y'all scored 50? I don't know. If he's not running the football this year, y'all are just mowing people. Mm-hmm. There is no critical situation down.
I mean,
what I'm saying?
And there could be a potential to where Austin P watches what he did to Marshall, and they're worrying about quarterback runs so much that they overcommit. So I think that could be a possibility.
I got another Gunner related what if. What if he doesn't drive the football like we saw on tape? There were some turndowns. Yeah, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. Now they were in three high, drop 8 coverage from Marshall. It was very clear they didn't want to get beat deep. So I understand it, but I saw 2 noticeable turndowns on tape, and there was some hesitancy to rip and trust what you see. What if we see it again going into Tennessee?
It would just be such the antithesis of what he showed the first game and a half.
Yeah. That
wasn't him. We're talking about you're rolling out in your first start ever, and you're ripping the ball downfield multiple times against Notre Dame. You're taking deep shots. That would just kind of be the antithesis of what I thought he was going to be. But again, it's just the first 2 weeks. You could very easily turn it right back around. But you need those reps. You need to get those deep ball reps in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily anything you'd want to be concerned about. I think that you would start showing concern when there's the inability to do so, because we saw him rip it before. We've seen him do it in the last season. We've seen him do it this season even though they didn't do it that much against Marshall. I think it's more necessarily he is just making sure that he's playing the position so on time right now that the deep balls don't necessarily need to be there.
What if Dwight Phillips is the best back?
Whoa.
What if he is your best running back?
I mean,
and
I already came on here Monday and said he's the next great Georgia back.
And that's not a slight against Nate Frazier, because we know Nate Frazier is very talented. But what if you do have a guy that is just maybe slightly better than him?
Then you have one of the best 1-2 punches in the SEC if that's the case.
Yeah.
I mean, we all came into this season thinking Nate Frazier was one of the best backs in the SEC, and I still firmly believe that he is. So,
and I get it. It is a bit maybe overreaction-y to say that right now after one game of him going 5 for 60.
Fun fact, Gunner doesn't have a completion over 25 yards in the air. That's not true. He hit Arian Smith on a deep ball last year in the game against Notre Dame. It's also a stat that would not be true if Dylan Bell didn't catch one off his face mask.
Well, I'll do you one better. The very next play, he had a 25-yard pass to Cass Jones.
I don't know if that threw through the air. He's talking about air yards.
That was a 38-yard touchdown, and Cass Jones stumbled for the last 5.
So it had to be. It's just a false statement. Unless he's talking about just last game, which, guys, they They called one dig, like 2 or 3 digs for him, which are 12 to 13 yard concepts, and they spammed 4 verts in 2 minutes, which he scrambled, which he should have been because they were in drop 8. We can do this. It's not that big of a deal. Hey, let's get right.
No. I got one more.
What if
London Humphreys is your Kyrus Jackson?
Ooh, I know where you're going with this.
He's going to play with a wasp nest?
No.
Oh,
maybe. I'm sure he would.
I'm sure he would.
And by what I mean of he's going to be
play with a boot on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that, and what I'm getting at here is this isn't a talent comparison. This is the fact of every single time Kyrus Jackson rolled out onto the field for Georgia, you never worried about him. You never had to worry about 10 being in the right spot, of Kyrus Jackson doing his job, of anything like that. I think you could see London Humphreys being that. And what I saw on Saturday, I see the potential of London Humphreys being that type of person in the wide receiver room of he may not go for 130 today or even over 100, but we're never going to worry about 16. And we know he's always going to be a reliable option. We know he's always going to do his job.
Like a real Big Shot Bob type. Like a real Robert Ory type. You know? Going to be in the starting rotation, not be like the primary focus, but when we need him, by God, never let us down.
Yeah.
That type of guy.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a good take.
I mean, London has been that for you for basically his entire existence on the Georgia team. I know he had some drops at the Texas game, but that seemed to be getting everyone. My final what if is, what if one of these safeties that's competing for a starting job on Saturday
grabs the reins,
gets a pick? Just what?
Who is it?
Who is it, and is he actually in the right spot?
Very important.
There you go. Are we Kamari Lassitering
it? Did
it?
he do his job?
Yeah, is it a Kamari Lassiter play or is it a Malachi Starks play?
Well, I think it's also, I'm looking at it from the fan base perspective because the entire family, that's the guy. He just won the job when that's not the case at all. So
we're not doing it with the quarterback, right? We're not doing that.
Doing the what if?
The fan base is not doing that, right?
They better not be.
Where they're not going to play the backup thing.
Better not be. Better not be.
Our chat better not be.
I will say it doesn't seem like it right now.
Okay.
Everyone seems very happy with Gunnar Stockton, very excited with Gunnar Stockton.
I just want to cover one. I want to cover a quarterback that they like. It's a very passionate fan base, obviously. I mean, able to build a career off the passions of this fan base. I want to see what happens when you actually like the guy that's playing for you. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. And you don't like him after the fact.
Yeah, you don't like him after the fact.
Dude, everyone loves Stetson Bennett now.
Yeah.
He's the favorite Bulldog.
I think everybody loved true freshman Jake Fromm.
Yes, true freshman Jake Fromm was a very well-loved quarterback. Following that LSU game in 2018, was not so loved.
Or like when Justin Fields got on the roster.
Can we get right?
Yeah, let's get right.
Let's get right. All right, so here's the deal. It's all positive on the film study. I ain't seen very many negatives. We don't point out a ton of negatives. There weren't too many to point out in the Marshall game. That being said, I got about 10, okay, that we need to talk about. We already talked about Drew. Okay, Drew's already been addressed. We can put a check on that. Now let's talk about Bo Huey. Bo, I want to see Bo play with some ass. I want to see Bo play with some mass. All right, is what I said. Bless you, Gunzudike. All right, I want to see him play with some hips. All right, I want to see him not play over his toes. Anytime my nose is over my toes as an offensive lineman, we are exposed. Nose over toes exposed.
Damn, you're spitting right now.
There you go. A little footballism right there here on the channel. I want to see him play with some backside this weekend, boys. Second safety. Show up on tape. Somebody. Now, Kyron played a lot of snaps last week. Did Kyron make a play?
No.
No.
Four sure as hell made a play. Played a lot of snaps. Just as many as Kyron. I want to see somebody make a play. Like Kirby just talked about. Somebody in that room needs to make a play. Get right. All right, get right. Take that job. Somebody's got to do it going into Tennessee, okay? Not that maybe it is Kyron. I know Kyron can stick. I know that for damn sure. I saw it on tape last year. Got to be able to see somebody make a play, though, up there. So we got that box check. Kristen Miller, finish on the quarterback. I want to see somebody get a quarterback sacked this weekend, all right? And I want it to be Kristen Miller because Lord knows he's getting home. He's been getting home a lot. Finish when you get there. Hey, Nate, Nate Frazier, if you're listening tonight, which you're calling into TikTok shows, so maybe you're listening tonight.
All right, hang on.
You know?
That clip needs to be addressed.
That clip does need to be addressed.
Nate Frazier instantly became one of my favorite Georgia Bulls.
I was going to address it when someone said they wanted to see Nate Frazier be better this weekend, and I was going to say, well, Nate Frazier agrees with you because he joined I can't even remember the guy's name. I wish
somebody on TikTok.
It was some streamer on TikTok who was just hyping up Nate Frazier, like, oh, he's in my chat. He had a great game against Marshall, and Nate Frazier pops in and says, I had 47 yards against Marshall, bro. I did not play good. You better shut up right now with that talk. I played horrible.
And then he said, I got to go to class right now, but shut that crap up.
Yeah.
I have 47 yards against Marshall. Yeah. Hey, Nate, find the balance, though. Mm-hmm. Okay, find the balance between coach talk to you all offseason about finding the dirty yards, sticking your nose in there, and playing physical, and being yourself, which is a natural playmaker. All right, you have an innate ability to find extra creases. So get that extra bounce when it's your time to play with it. Right. 2nd and 4 is your time to go eat. All right. 2nd and 2 is your time to go eat. 3rd and 1 is my time. 4th and 1 is my time. Stick your nose in there, be physical. Every other time, be yourself, man. Don't be overcoached here, all right? We don't want that to be the case. What's up?
I was just going to interject because I have on mine I want to see do it all Nate Frazier. Yeah. I want to see a blend of everything. Like, we've seen you do both of them. We just haven't seen you really do both of them in the same game. I think we're working towards that because I don't think, obviously, like, the explosiveness that you create offensively just goes away because all of a sudden we're like, dirty yards. We're going to pick up through contact, all those things. I just want to see a do-it-all performance from Nate because I know that it's in him.
Yeah, and guys, let's also, and I know you all know this, Nate Frazier is playing like his 14th, 15th maybe collegiate game. It's not like he's a seasoned veteran that hasn't shown this before. He has progressively gotten better as the season goes on. He will continue to do this, and I have high confidence that it will get fixed.
And he's a player, too, that he just crossed over a year of being with the team in July.
Right.
This was not an early enrollee. This was not a guy that got here in January. He got here 6 weeks or so before the season started and started.
He got here 13 months ago.
Yeah,
exactly.
And started game 1.
Yeah. So he's played more games of college football than he spent months on campus.
There you go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. No, he'll be fine. I think Nate Frazier will be absolutely fine.
I guess you kind of already burned through all yours, didn't you?
Is that all your
no.
right?
Oh, my bad.
Me?
My bad.
I'm loaded.
My bad.
Hey, I want to see Rayshawn Dinkins play with some confidence. Okay, you got that first game jitters out. You got your first missed tackle out. Now go play you. Go play fast. Get in your playbook all this week, right? Be prepared for when your number is called. Go out there, play fast and physical. Because when Rayshawn Dinkins is playing full speed, he's going to hurt somebody, all right? And I feel that way about him when he was in high school playing free again. That dude was a headhunter. I think he has the opportunity to be that. I think they think he has the opportunity to be that. I think he's the future at the star position. I want to see him play confident this week. And I want to see Gunner, speaking of playing confident, I want to see Gunner pull the trigger. I want to see Gunner rip it when it's there. And I want to see Noah Thomas and Kobe Young get some shots downfield. I want to see buckets go in. All right, before y'all go play a big-time opponent in 10 days, I want to see a couple shots go in. That's what I want to see.
I like that.
I had some overlap with you, like one you just mentioned of, I want to see a slightly more aggressive Gunner. I don't want to see like super aggressive Gunner Stockton where we're just putting the ball at risk and we're trying to fire the ball in every tight window that we see, but a slightly more aggressive Gunner of when it is 3rd and 12, we are competing with the ball past the sticks, and it might be a tight window, but we're going to throw a competitive football and try to get a first down here and kind of seeing some more of those deep passes that we've seen him throw before on tape. So that was one of the notes that I had on Gunner. We're just adding more and more names. You love to see it.
Yo, chill out, bro.
The foot is crazy, man. I'm sorry.
Then another one that I had is I want to see how deep this offensive line room is. I think you have an opportunity on Saturday to really get past the starters a good bit. And by deep, I don't mean that we have 6 more guys that we can play behind our starters that we think are going to be that are going to play winnable football for us. But if there's 3 more guys past the 5 that you started last week that play good football, they can play multiple spots, or you got a guard, a tackle, and a guy that can rotate in at center if you have to, that can play winnable football. That is a massive win for you going into conference play.
Bro, did you just show my crack on stream?
No, I showed you lifting your foot up.
Okay, chat saying crack kills. Did I expose myself?
I didn't
on
see
stream?
it. I personally saw no crack, but honestly, I wasn't looking. So
Protect your boss.
I got you, man.
Do you?
All right. Well, first off, even if
Do you?
even if we didn't change angles, it would have still shown either way. So, but no, there was.
Apparently, there's a little crack.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You're firing up the
Oh
spoons.
no!
Sorry, man.
Do you don't spoon crack, do you?
You can.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I know that, but all right. My get rights. Pass pro. Can I get like a half second longer? Just a half second. The pressure up the middle. There's a lot of times a blitz should not get home when Gunnar Stockton is there and you're playing Marshall. Just a little bit cleaner. I know that a lot of that's to do with eyes. We said Drew Bobo might be the culprit of some of those instances. I'm not even going to look at chat right now to not derail what's going on here. Number 2, deep ball coverage. This isn't a get right because you were wrong in the game. This is a get right because we didn't necessarily see anything from that. Marshall wasn't really throwing the ball down the field. So I'm going to say let's see what our safeties can do in this deep ball coverage. Even in corners, turning their heads, getting eyes on the football, all of the things that you need to do correctly. What?
I don't know. I think it's just there's. Nah.
You reviewing the tape?
Yeah, I'm grinding the tape right now. I don't think. Nah. That's just shorts in the cheeks. That's not actual crack.
Yeah,
I think we're all right. I think we're clean.
I
there.
thought you were fine.
I don't care. The chat was worth it. The whole moment was worth it because
shorts were hungry. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt. I mean,
Josh even hopped in for a rewatch. I think he was a little disappointed.
That's crazy.
Sorry, Josh.
Hitting the rewind, Josh? That's crazy.
I don't mean to do you dirty, brother. I had one more. I want to see this offense really try and maximize the usage of Frazier, Bowens, and Phillips because I think they bring some different dynamics to the running game. So I want to see them like truly try and figure out like when is the best situation to use these guys and can we maximize all three of them? Like we don't have to pick just 2 of these guys that we're going to roll with for the rest of the season. We got 3 of them that we can pick and choose and rely on. Keep the bodies fresh in the running back room.
All right, this is my last one, and I hate to do it, but it is a get right that needs to be fixed on tape. Dylan Bell, you got to catch a football.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know that's a sore subject around here, and I don't want to call him out because he's a great football player. You got to catch that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough catch, but
it is.
It's got to catch football.
And make better cuts on our end arounds.
Yeah. Read your blocks right. I think that was rustiness too.
Sure.
Like probably hadn't got a real life tote like that in a minute. When was the last time you got a traditional like end around carry like that?
I can't remember many last year.
One at Tech.
Because most of them were Arian last year, I feel like.
Most of the end rounds were Arian last year. So it's just different. Are we into names we expecting more of, or are we still in get right?
That was all of my get right.
I'm out of get right.
I'm out of get right.
All right, let's get into this names we're expecting more of. Zion Branch. Am I wrong for expecting more of Zion Branch?
I'm surprised,
in this football game?
I'm surprised that we had overlap here. I think you're going to see more of him. He played well. He had a lot of tackles. He looked good. I think you're going to start to see more of him because I think while I'm not going to do the depth chart thing, but I do think you're going to see more of Zion Branch from here on out. Just from what I saw him, the way he played.
How about power run scheme showing up on tape? Powerful. Saw you guys got to more of a power run game there in the second half. Now when that question's asked, he's like, yeah, we ran it once. Gonna have to go back and review the tape.
I don't think you got to worry about it being asked anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No. I think that you could certainly expect to see some more Michael Unai this weekend. I would imagine because even if Juan is healthy this weekend, there's no reason to play him.
Yeah,
like why not just keep him fresh?
We saw it. We got our taste.
Yeah, and that's all you needed to know. Like, okay, he's ready.
We got 18
We're gonna be all
snaps.
right.
It's plenty.
It'd be way more beneficial, in my opinion, to throw Michael Unai out there for a lot more reps and make sure that hey, if it does happen again this season, you're going to be ready for us.
Yeah, I mean, I just got on them in the get right segment, but I think you're going to see more of Dylan Bell here, just because the ways that they set him up, it's very clear that they are trying to, like you said, create a lot of havoc in these teams that have to scout for him and realize and treat how you're going to address him. I think you're going to see more ways that he gets the ball on Saturday.
Look, Coach, if you're listening right now, tune in, lock in right quick. I think Ethan Barbour earned a touch last week. That's just me. I think he earned the right to catch football this week. I don't know if he got a target last week at all, but they sent him out there to do the dirty work and see if he could live and survive with the ones out there doing the nasty stuff at fullback, in blocking, counter block, like doing it all, split zone, asking the young freshmen to do physical stuff Reward him with a touch. Reward him with a design shot. Reward him with a double move. Give him something, because I promise you, I like, you know what I know. Ethan Barbour is going to be a stud. Stop like keeping it boxed in. Let's see it. Let the world see it, because we all know it's going to be something.
I think you could also certainly see some more Dominic Kelly this weekend, because I think that Georgia is very firm with who they have as their starting cornerbacks, or who they think is definitely good enough to start for them. Why not throw the true freshman out there for a lot of the second half and just be like, roam around, baby, go make plays. Let's get you a bunch of reps. Let's see how good you are. Like, let's see how ready you are for this moment. So I think you can certainly see some more Dominic Kelly, which I hope we do.
How about some more Noah Thomas? We talked about that. That was kind of the one where it's like, hey, where has this guy been? It's very
one
odd.
Target Saturday?
One target, one deep ball. I think it was one of those 4 verts in the half that he threw.
It was.
But the amount of resources you went to go get him, the amount of hype you've heard about him in the offseason, it's very obvious that only getting one target on Saturday was a choice that they made. They're going to start to integrate him more in the offense.
Integrate the passing game more into the offense.
That as well.
I think you got to get these guys confident. Like, don't show. It's a difference between showing the playbook. Like, we don't have to set, like, the double move you had for Dylan Bell last year at Alabama. You ain't got to show none of that stuff. But let's get these guys some touches. Let's get them some confidence going into Tennessee.
This one might sound weird to say, but I mean it in a different way than I have some of these other guys. I think you could see some more Ethan Barbour. I think that you could see some more usage of him this
That's what
week.
I'm saying. Get him a touch, man.
Yeah. Like, let's see him in action. Let's see him in the passing concepts and all those things. Like, I want to see him with the ball in his hands. All of those types of things. Like, obviously you saw plenty of them last weekend, but I think you might see him in a different way.
Hey, Austin P., the punter, come here. Let me talk to you for a second. Look, I know you're trying to go big time and you're trying to keep your stats down or something, but hey, just like the chicks dig the long ball, Georgia fans dig a punt return. So give me a returnable one this weekend, please. Punt towards that number 1 guy, just for fun. Hey, better yet, look at it as an opportunity to show the world that you got a chance to make a tackle. Give yourself a chance to make a play on Saturday by kicking to 1. Spin zone. Talk to me right now. Go make a play on one of the best open field ball carriers in the world. You're not going to do it. It's going to be fun for us to watch, though.
You know, I was a little disappointed last week that we didn't get to see a whole lot of J.J. Hane. I want to see some more of him. This is selfish reasons. I just want to see more of it.
He played a good bit. I just didn't think he got to the rock.
Yeah. And I just want to see some more of it. Like what was talked about him this offseason, the fact that you gave that guy a blue cap, a true freshman. I want to see some more of it.
You know what I want to see some more of? Likes in the chat.
Oh, definitely.
I want to see some more likes on this video. Lots of them. Sorry to cut you off again.
You got a super chat.
Little super chat from THC2.
Oh.
Please put my son Will Chastain's name on your board. He's 16 and watches all the time. Hey, man, shout out to Will Chastain, man. Shout out to Will Chastain.
Definitely.
Went to high school with the Will Chastain. Good cat. Good cat.
I wonder if it's the same one.
Time travel exists?
Maybe.
All right, let's make sure here. No crack.
Bro.
Lord have mercy.
You don't have to bend the knee.
I over-exaggerated that one just for you. Shout out to Will Chastain. Hell yeah, baby. Ball knower. By the way, I think that's our thing. We've always looking for like a thing. I think it should be like you should be proud to be called a certified ball knower. You know what I mean? Like, and you got to earn it. You got to come in here and put hours in, because that's what we do. We put hours in on this network. And if you are a CBK, if you are a certified ball knower, you are locked in live on the chat right now. Let me see some CBKs firing off in the chat right about now. Big time CBK chat tonight.
Ooh, I like that we're doing some engagement farming now.
Hell yeah.
You were meme farming
CBK
earlier?
in the chat right now. If you are a certified ball knower, let the world know CBK in the chat.
Meme farming earlier.
CBK in the comments. If you're watching on a post rewatch right now, CBK in the comments.
I like it. I like it.
If you're watching rewatch hour 44 in right now, you are dedicated to this network. Shout out to you, CBK in the chat.
Very much. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. The final I'd like to see more of, Lawson Lucky. He got on snaps and he blocked very well, but I'd like to see him get more involvement in the passing game. I feel like he's one of those guys that, again, name anyone in the passing game you didn't necessarily see as much involvement as you'd like to. That's just the way the offense worked on Saturday. They could run the ball and they made an emphasis to do so. So anyone who's a pass catcher on this offense, I'd like to see more of.
You know what I want to see more of? I want to see more of Lil Peanut. Lil Nut. I want to see more of Peanut. And here's what I want to see. I want to see Peanut get a touch on the negative side of the field. So when he inevitably breaks one, it's a 65-yard explosive. I want to see Peanut open it up.
Who's
you know what I
catching
mean?
him,
Nobody. That's why I want to see it. I want to see Tim 1-4. That's what I want to see. Because this is what this dude was in high school. He was a burner. State champion, multi-time over on the track. I want to see him get a touch on the negative side of the field. So when he inevitably breaks into open field, 65, doorstep, the world gets to see just how fast this guy is. That's what I want to see.
Love it.
Would be nice to see a clip of Dwight Phillips defying angles.
Dude, he very remember that clip, I don't even know who the guy was, the world famous track guy, or the world class track guy for Florida back in the day against Kentucky, that has that number 21 that has that angle just
Oh, is it Antonio Callaway?
Maybe whoever it was. I think Dwight.
Are you thinking of the Tennessee game where he catches the hitch?
No. It's definitely Florida versus Kentucky. I know for a fact.
Okay, I don't know that.
And somebody just gashes right down the field and just eliminates multiple angles. That kid's going to do something like that during his college career. I want to see it this weekend.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Would you like to see a nostalgia tape?
Yeah, I'll watch a nostalgia tape. Who y'all got for me today? Y'all got something good?
Do you want us to tell you who it is? Or do you
I'm going to guess, I guess.
Do you want to go guess? Or?
What we got here? Oh, that's London Humphreys.
That is London Humphreys.
White whiteout kind of gave it away.
Is that what gave it away?
Whiteout.
Tall white whiteout gave it away immediately. The fact that this guy was 6'3", a sub 11 second 100-meter runner, and went to Vandy out of high school and was a 3-star tells you everything you need to know about Tennessee high school football. It's not that he is not a good player, or it's not that he wouldn't have been a 4-star. But if this kid goes to Cartersville, he's got a Florida offer by the time he's 15 years old. It's just the reality of the situation. The kids down here in this state get over-recruited at times. Like, bro, you put that on tape at Prince Avenue, you're getting D1 offers. There's just facts. Because it's not like this is a 5'11", like, scrappy dude. This is a big football player.
This isn't Lad McConkey.
No. This is a 6'3" dude.
This is an SEC.
Yeah, we're going to high point this guy. I guarantee we back shoulder. Who's the quarterback? That was a piss missile.
What offers did London Humphreys have?
I mean, if you're committing to Vandy and you're a state of Tennessee high school football player as a 3-star, your other offers were probably Middle Tennessee State. You probably got a Wake Forest offer, maybe a Purdue offer in there.
Let's see.
Basically all the black and gold schools.
South Carolina offered him, Toledo, Appalachian State.
Toledo staff locked in. You already knew they were.
Shut up, Jay Will. Kansas, Colorado State. So, yeah, it looks like Vanderbilt and South Carolina were the only two SEC offers.
Bro, shut up. Got good knee drive, too.
He does, man.
This is like NFL type tape.
Dude, the Q is ripping it, though.
I'm telling you, the Q's saucy. I like the swag on the Q, too. We're in the slot here, or are we out on top? We're in the slot. Getting loose. Oh, Q stopped me there. Kept me out of the safety's face. That's nice of him.
Yeah, who was the quarterback? Good Lord.
I'll have to ask London next time I see him at press conference availability. Hey, who is your high school quarterback? We were watching that the other day. Buddy was spinning the hell up out that thing.
That guy was really, really good.
That guy was ripping the pill. Good get off right there. My Lord. Getting into drive phase is so hard for young wide receivers. Watch this. No false steps right here. Watch us get out of this stance. No false step immediately into drive. Honestly, shame on Georgia for not having found this in high school. Normally, they're all on top of this kid. Alabama just took a kid like this, by the way, out of the state of Tennessee. 6'3", white, sub 10.5 in the 100. How did this guy end up 3-star type dude? Came to camp, balled, got an offer, committed.
Alabama's got their own issues.
Yeah, they do. I don't know if they get to that 2026 class that it's all loved up on.
All right, so we've got about 10 minutes. It's not a concern, but at what point, if things continue the way they are, do you worry about Colby Young, Noah Thomas, and that? Because I think they I think they collectively had 4 targets on Saturday.
Here's when I would worry about them. When you get 7, 8, 9 targets and they either can't create separation or y'all can't connect. That's when I would worry about them. I'm not worried about, it wasn't like Noah didn't get open. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Colby didn't get open. I'm not worried about it. I would be, like I said, that's when I worry about it. When you go play Tennessee and Noah Thomas has got 9 targets and 4 catches, that's when I got a problem. That's when it's like, hey, whoa, because you're getting the workload, you're just not completing the ball. That would be a problem.
I think also discovering how great Zachariah Branch is going to be for you and the yak department.
Yeah.
That certainly helps you. Like, oh, we may not be hitting our deep shots today, but we got a player that can catch it underneath and certainly take it for 60, and we get an explosive right there. It may not be through the air 60, but we can create explosive plays, and we got running backs that can certainly take it to the door at any moment.
Yeah, I mean, the weapons are bountiful this year. There's no denying that. And it seemed like they're going to actually be able to run the football. So it's first world problems that you have. If the offense is clicking and firing on all cylinders, you're not going to worry about, oh, receiver Y only has this many catches, and receiver X only has this many, and this running back only has this many. The offense is the offense. The process is the process. It's just interesting to see that, because you hear so much about these guys in the offseason. Everyone's so excited about it. For it to come out and be like, okay, 3 catches here, 4 catches there. No one's really exploding. Just something to pay attention to, I guess.
I think, too, like Marshall certainly went into that game saying, those guys aren't going to get on top. Yeah. We're just going to sink everybody back and make sure that, hey, you can throw everything underneath for all you want. We'll rally to the football, but we're not going to let these guys get behind us.
It's a good way to make sure you don't lose by 70.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly. Make them at least go 8 plays instead of 3. Especially when you can't create any type of offense, which is what Marshall struggled to do last week.
Research department says that Humphrey's high school quarterback was a guy named Brendan Streeter. Braden Streeter.
Oh, wait, he plays.
University of Delaware.
He's at Delaware? Mm-hmm. Braden Streeter?
I've heard
Braden
that
Streeter.
name before.
Well, Brandon Streeter. That's what your brain's.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a Georgia staffer that was the Clemson offensive coordinator back in the heyday. He's the quarterback whisperer now at Georgia.
Football brain.
That's who's out here handling the business.
Is that football brain or is that
100% football brain? Yeah, that's what that is. Mm-hmm. That's your brain being hit into thinking that that's the right answer, but it's not.
Damn.
We got anything else?
Close but no cigar.
Oof, could go for a stogie.
We gonna get sponsored by that?
Nah. I'm going to be smoking on that Austin P pack come Saturday. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, no.
You better be hoping you're smoking an Illinois pack at the end of this weekend for your sake.
Oh, yeah. I hope so.
Yeah, dude,
Hey, we still got a chance at conference after that. It's a non-con game. I ain't worried about Illinois.
I'm just saying, you want to watch Darian Mensah tape. You
just
need
lose it close. My tummy's growling. I better go get some meat.
All right.
You sure, man?
I mean, I'm a carnivore guy.
Oh, yeah, apparently.
Shout out to Rattlesnake. That's good stuff right there. We good?
We're good.
Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow here on the network. See you. Bye.